Welcome to very first reaction video on the Hello Mark. But so we reacted to a channel called Good Enough. I will leave his link down in the description. He's a very fun person to watch. And today we are reacting to terrifying planets that have ever been discovered. And without further ado, let's just start watching the video. Figure out
That are terrifying and work our way towards the ones that are hellish nightmares. Number 7. The Burning Ice Planet. Gliese 4.
burning ice. That is crazy. I love this animate artwork though. But
36b is one of the most terrifying planets you will ever hear about. A hot Neptune gas giant that orbits very close to its star and is about 4 times Earth's radius. But let's talk about what makes this planet so
it's the fact that it is 36 light years away and it's like width wise, it's just four Earths. Like to put that in consideration, like like our Earth is definitely not the biggest in our solar system, of course not, but it's also like the third smallest in our solar system, which is actually like if you put that to scale, like our sun, our Earth, like say my hands this our Earth is like the tip of my finger. So like put that down, that's legit. Like that's like the width of my thumb as a planet. If my thumb was like multiplied by like a billion, it's it's insane. Back into it.
terrifying. It is believed that the planet's entire surface is covered in extremely hot ice, capable of reaching temperatures above 800 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I know that sounds confusing and makes no sense, but don't worry. Lucky for you guys, I know how to read. So let me break this down a bit further. This bizarre superheated ice is formed by the planet's immense atmospheric pressure, not by cold. But instead of me just rambling off facts and telling you about these terrifying planets, let's make this a bit more fun. I will be placing you on each of these planets so we can see exactly what would happen to a human under these extreme conditions. Let's begin. You are now in a modern spaceship and are just about to enter Gliese 436b's atmosphere. A
Okay.
terrible decision. Instantly, the spaceship begins to overheat, and its structural components start to deform, thanks to the planet's atmosphere being primarily made of heated helium and hydrogen. Around the 30-second mark, things can go one of two ways. The ship could be crushed from the increasing pressure, or the entire ship could vaporize from the blazing heat. Congratulations, you survived anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. But for the sake of the video, let's say you were in an indestructible spacecraft and managed to safely land on the planet's icy surface. What would you experience then? As you step out of the ship, all the moisture in your body instantly flash boils, then vaporizes, leaving you dead within a couple of seconds. Let's try that again, but this time you're wearing an indestructible spacesuit. As you step out of the ship, you see the glowing ice-covered surface, and you feel the spacesuit vibrate from the high winds. You look up and are greeted with a dark black-red sky. Powerful lightning storms light up the atmosphere.
That's crazy. Like even if you're indestructible, the fact that like you see like a giant storm above you at all times. Thunder hits nearby, like we scared, and the fact that this will like it would terrify me.
Revealing the enormous and violent storms all around you. Honestly, it's a pretty chill experience compared to what's to come. Number 6. The terrifying gas planet. HD 80606b is yet another horrifying.
I don't feel like I have actually met someone with that face before. Like this exact face. I feel like I met someone with that in Florida. Florida's a crazy place.
planet, a hot Jupiter gas giant with a wildly elongated orbit that is about 11 times larger than Earth's radius. The reason why this planet is so scary has to do with its incredibly wild temperature swings, as it goes from deep space to nearly touching its star. When the planet is closest to its star, the temperature goes from around 450 to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit in just 6 hours. Now I know it's hard to visualize these numbers, so let me put it in a way we can all understand. 450 degrees cooks a beautiful pizza, while 2,000 degrees cooks a terrible pizza. Hope that helps. But let the simulation begin. You are back in a modern day spaceship and are about to enter the planet's atmosphere. Of course, you will be entering the planet at its hottest. As you enter, the ship's speed instantly begins to accelerate at incredible speeds thanks to the planet's gravitational pull. Within seconds, the outside of the ship's temperature rises over 7,000 degrees, which begins to erode the craft's heat shield. Around the 30-second mark, you begin to descend past violent storms, high winds, and violent jet streams as pieces of your ship melt and vaporize. Around 60 seconds, the hull begins to deform and eventually implode due to the ever-increasing atmospheric pressure, which means you have imploded as well. Congratulations, you survived an entire minute, a new personal best. Let's try that again, but this time you invested in Bitcoin at 10 cents and were able to purchase an indestructible spacecraft. So what would happen if you were to step out of the ship at the planet's buoyancy point wearing no protective gear? In less than a millisecond after the hatch opens, you would be crushed to a pulp, then completely vaporized into the metallic ocean.
Sorry for the yawning, but just the fact that like you would crumble as a ball, and then you just—that's like taking snow, putting it in your hands, and like compressing it so hard that like it starts to form a hard surface and then just dissolves. Like that's insane.
Now, for that one person at NASA who accidentally let this video autoplay, I got you. If you were to step outside the ship, this time wearing a modern-day NASA spacesuit, you would be crushed to a pulp, then completely vaporized. This is because the atmosphere is millions to hundreds of millions of times more pressurized than Earth's, and oceans made of metal are apparently very hot. Let's try that again, but this time you're wearing an indestructible and highly advanced spacesuit. What would you experience then? As you exit the spaceship, you instantly lose sight of it in the hazy, glowing, infinite ocean. You no longer know up from down as you float suspended in the endless abyss. Out of nowhere, electrical currents trickle around you, giving off light, if only for a second. An absolute nightmare. Permanently stuck playing an ocean level. Number 5. The disappear.
That's insane. Like you fall into this planet, it's immediate darkness. No matter if you can survive or dead. Like at that point, I'll just take out a gun and like that's how. That's
Planet. Koro 7b is one of the hottest rocky planets ever discovered. A rocky super Earth, approximately 70% larger in radius than Earth. Now, what makes this planet so terrifying is its extreme proximity to its star, as it is 60 times closer to its sun than Earth is. It is also tidally locked, meaning that the same side is always facing its star, creating a lava ocean on one side and a dark rocky oven inferno on the other. The planet reaches temperatures up to 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit, which is so hot that its rocky surface is literally evaporating into space.
like I don't understand that though. How do they know the exact temperature of the planet? Like, there's no way like that's like if we went there and said, "Hey, Echo, here's a temperature gauge." Like, no, we don't have that. Can't do that. I don't. I don't understand this at all. How are we able to measure the heat or like measure the size of a planet? Like, there's definitely something that we're not being told about, like space exploration.
Slowly shrinking the planet. Here's what would happen if you were to enter the planet's atmosphere with this state-of-the-art spacecraft. Instantly, the craft's heat shield reaches over 7,000 degrees and begins to erode rapidly. Within 20 seconds, the craft's outer shell begins to crack and melt, destroying insulation and causing the inside of the ship's temperature to quickly rise, baking you alive. Within 30 to 45 seconds, the entire ship is shredded to pieces, then quickly vaporized with no traces of its existence left behind. But let's say you were in an indestructible ship and managed to land on the planet's surface. What would happen then? As the hatch opens, your eyes, skin, and organs would vaporize in seconds before you ever felt a thing. Let's try that again, but this time you're in an indestructible and highly advanced spacesuit. As you step out of the ship, you're instantly blinded by the sun, since it's 360 times larger than our sun from Earth. Luckily, you would be able to walk on the lava ocean since molten rock is incredibly dense. It would feel like walking on burning tar that clings to your feet with every step you take, turning the fun outdoor adventure into an exhausting workout. But if you were lucky enough to spawn on the dark side of the planet, you would actually be able to walk around freely on solid ground. Well, at least when you're not busy being tossed hundreds of feet into the air by the planet's violent and powerful winds. Number 4. WASP-127b. WASP-127b is yet another incredibly horrifying planet, a gas giant that is about 15 times Earth.
I still can't get over the fact the winds are so strong that it would just blow you around like you're a rag doll. Like that's horrible. That's actually horrible. I wouldn't be able to not to do. Oh wait, no, Jose, no.
Earth's radius. One of the many reasons why this planet is so terrifying is that it currently holds the record for the highest winds ever recorded. For reference, the highest non-tornadic wind speed ever recorded on Earth is approximately 250 miles per hour, which is strong enough to send a human hundreds of feet into the air. Neptune, which has the highest winds in our solar system, has winds that reach as high as 1,500 miles per hour.
How do you estimate that? Like, do you look at how fast it orbits? I mean, yeah, no, there's no way because Neptune, I'm pretty sure, like a full day rotation over there is like it's like 3 years for us. Pretty sure. I'm not completely accurate with it, but it's still a long time. So how do you know
Faster than
that?
the speed of sound, and almost 4 times faster than the winds of Jupiter's red spot. Winds this high would obliterate you on contact, reducing your body to a cloud of vaporized tissue. But get this, WASP 127b has a recorded wind speed of over 20,500 miles per hour.
There's no that we measure. There's absolutely like if we were able to measure that, then we should be able to measure how much gravitational black hole has, and we can't do that. Yeah, no.
Regular person hit by a wind force this strong would be completely erased from existence instantaneously. But okay, let's say you manage to enter the planet's atmosphere with a modern spacecraft. Within 5 to 10 seconds, the craft's heat shield is destroyed by the thick metal-rich atmosphere. Around the 15-second mark, the craft and everything inside is torn apart and swept into the jet stream. The craft and your body are shredded, scattered, and absorbed into the winds, erased so completely that it's as if you were never there. But just for fun, let's say you were a storm chaser with tech so advanced, you could fly into these storms in an indestructible spacecraft and stepped out in an indestructible spacesuit. Well, you would instantly be taken by the wind and crushed inside of the suit from the extreme G-forces, separating soft tissue from the bones. Obviously, the suit still needs a bit of work. Number 3. The Iron Rain Furnace. WASP-76b is a terrifying hot Jupiter gas.
That is crazy. Like, and we discovered all these. Like, that's what's insane about this. That we discovered these and straight up were like, "Yep, that's a no go. We cannot go there." Like, this Mars isn't like that. This Mars doesn't have powerful winds. So
Giant, infamous for its molten iron rain and winds that reach over 10,000 miles per hour. The planet is massive, nearly twice the size of Jupiter's radius and around 20 times Earth's. The planet is also so close to its star that it's tidally locked. One side is forever scorched by intense heat, while the other remains a dark, hellish landscape lit only by its molten iron rain. But let's say you were placed in charge of a modern spacecraft and enter the planet's atmosphere on its sunny side. The craft will immediately report temperatures hotter than molten lava. Around the 3-second mark, the heat begins to destroy the craft's heat shield thanks to the iron vapor in the atmosphere. And around the 5 to 10-second mark, the craft's entire structure begins to melt, which includes you. Around the 20-second mark, the entire craft and you are nothing but debris taken by the high winds, which eventually get so hot that they vaporize, leaving no traces of your existence. Since I've already covered what would happen if you exited a ship at the buoyancy point of a gas planet, let's switch it up a bit. This time, you're an adrenaline junkie looking for your next fix, so you'll be skydiving into the planet and gulping down some air. Within a fraction of a second, you're incinerated. Now, just because I know you're wondering, let's say you skydived on the dark side of the planet away from its sun. Within a fraction of a second, your skin and eyes flash boil, your lungs and organs collapse under the atmospheric pressure, and as your body is ragdolled across the sky, molten iron rain sears through your crushed body. Within 1 to 2 seconds, the scorching winds shred you into tiny pieces, which quickly sizzle into vapor carried away by the storm. So, a bit better this time. But let's say you exited the craft wearing an indestructible spacesuit and decided to skydive into the planet. What would you experience then? As you freefall through thin gas clouds, your descent quickly increases in speed. A few minutes later, the sky shifts into a glowing orange haze as you continue passing through thick vapors in the atmosphere. Out of nowhere, your body is violently spun and tossed in random directions as supersonic winds slam into you. That's when the noise of the storm roars all around you, as if you were inside a massive hurricane. Lightning storms arc overhead, exposing the alien metallic clouds in the environment. Around this point, you will see the infamous molten iron rain, spreading as far as your eyes can see. As you continue to fall deeper into the atmosphere, light fades, sounds disappear, as you are submerged deeper into the reflective ocean of metallic hydrogen. Once you finally reach the planet's core, you will be completely surrounded by what looks like a glowing fog made of superheated matter, your final resting place. Number 2, the planet being eaten alive. Wasp.
Like, first, hold on, let's go back to the other. Like, this part. Like, how do you know this? And not just that, this is legit, like, a metallic coffin of liquid. Like, that is. But then we're going back to this one. The planet being eaten alive. Like, that. What?
One of the most unique and terrifying planets ever discovered. This is what the planet looks like. Disgusting. The reason it looks so ugly and deformed is that it's currently in a death spiral with its star, slowly being eaten alive. A visible trail of gas can be seen feeding the nearby star. Its close proximity to its star also means it's tidally locked, so one side is forever scorched with radiation and heat, while the other is forever scorched with radiation and heat, but also completely dark. The planet is a hot Jupiter gas giant that is almost twice the radius of Jupiter and nearly 22 times Earth's. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's say you were to enter the planet's atmosphere.
2 Jupiters? Like that. Alright. This is Jupiter. So imagine 2 of these. Right? 2 of these together. Like, that thing. Because I don't even think I have any. Actually, this is Earth. A little bottle cap. See, little bottle cap. But that is the comparison. And he's saying it's 22 of these and 2 of these. That, I don't believe that.
On the ugly deformed side. Well, surprisingly, you would still be pulled towards the planet rather than the star, since at this range the planet's gravitational pull is much stronger. The moment you enter, the craft's heat shield begins to glow from the intense heat.
It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna just vaporize and
and the temperature inside quickly begins to skyrocket as well. Around the 5 to 20 second mark, winds as high as 1,000 miles per hour slam into the craft, vaporizing the craft's shielding at incredible speed. Then around the 20 to 60 second mark, the entire ship is fully consumed, shredded apart into molten debris as the metal becomes liquid before everything eventually vaporizes. Let's try again, but this time you've entered the cheat code Indestructible Spacecraft, and instead of exiting at the planet's atmosphere, buoyancy point, or core, you will be exiting here, right at the center of the planet and its star. Time to find out whether you would go towards the star or towards the planet. Place your bets. And 3,
The planet.
2, 1, go. Okay, try again, but this time we're shedding the bulk and heavy weight of the ship, only wearing a light and indestructible spacesuit. Where would you go then? Place your bets. And 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, obviously you head towards the star again. That should have been really, really obvious. Number 1, the Glass Storm Planet. HD.
Glass? Glass. There's a planet made of glass. What? Like, how? I want to know more.
189733b is a hellish planet that is worse than any nightmare you could ever possibly dream of. The planet is enormous, around 15 times Earth's radius. From the outside looking in, it appears to be a larger version of Earth, covered with beautiful tropical beaches. But I guess it's time to find out what would happen if you were to enter this planet's atmosphere. You are back in a modern day spacecraft and have just entered what you thought was a vacation getaway. Instantly, the ship begins to glow due to the high heat of the atmosphere, a great sign that you picked the right day to go to the beach. Around the 5-second mark, the craft's heat shield begins to warp, melt, and vaporize. 10 seconds in, supersonic winds slam into the craft as molten glass particles in the atmosphere shred the craft to tiny pieces. Within 20 to 30 seconds, the tiny pieces of the craft and you are completely vaporized and carried away by the wind. It turns out that the planet isn't a giant ocean of water. It's almost entirely made up of scorching hot hydrogen and helium, reaches a whopping 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit, has stronger winds than Neptune, and even rains molten glass.
Like, that is 20 Fahrenheit. And molten glass flying in higher winds than Neptune. Or, yeah, Neptune. That is. I can't even fathom that. Like, I'm too dumb.
Sideways, making it a horrible planet to vacation to. So you're probably wondering, why the hell is the planet blue if it wasn't meant to have any visitors? Well, that's because the planet's atmosphere contains tiny particles of glass, which are great at scattering blue light, making it the worst scam in the known universe. And another reason why it deserves the #1 spot. And yes, just like all gas planets, the simulation always ends the same. Instant vaporization anywhere on the planet, followed by suspended in the dark metallic oceans. Honestly, we are sick of these planets and we hate them.
That is insane. Like, genuinely, that is. I I don't even know what I would do. I generally don't. That was the most terrifying planet ever. Just thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more content like this, please press the like and subscribe button down below. Guys, next video.